12.
Jesus. What's up, everybody? It's Thursday night. You know what that means? It's after the. Oh, no, wait a minute. You guys are here. It's three old men.
I mean, to be fair, we're here for after the roll, too.
That's true. That's true. So,
Yes, they
this is
did.
three
Told
old
you I
men.
look too small.
And we are going to be talking about
fixed you.
how stuff was better long ago. And I can't think of a better topic about long ago. Something near and dear to my heart. And I think it's near and dear to these other fine gentlemen's hearts. But before we get into the topic for tonight, let's introduce my co-hostess, hostess. We have, starting on my left, my far left, the one, the only, the beautiful in a nightgown, Dr. Diz DM. How you doing, Diz?
Thank you.
Yep. And then next to him, between Diz and I, the meat in this sandwich.
Oh,
the
I'm
one,
out.
The only, the ain't got a frown, but you may have went to Browntown. It's Double Aught Buck. What up, Buck?
That hits a little too close to home, sir. Especially for today.
Right? I know, right? All right, so that's why everybody, we're going to start off tonight by saluting our admiral. He was injured in the duty.
I got rear admiral today. I got ranked up.
That's right. He became rear admiral of the poop deck.
Oh man, that was rough.
So, topics are very important. We love topics. We love talking about things, especially things from long ago. We were younger and everything was better. So tonight's topic is best 80s movies.
I ain't gonna lie, it looked like you were doing
us.
something more than drumming right then.
Maybe I was. Maybe I'm just very excited and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I may like it. So, top 80s movies. Now, what you guys think of? You think 80s movies?
A lot of action.
There is a lot of action movies in the 80s.
A lot of B-roll and a lot of just weird music that I think they were figuring out the synthesizer a lot in the 80s or something because
Yeah, synthesizers are big.
So Diz just referenced Howard the Duck.
Yes, and it will be on the list.
you would have these shots where you knew it was just B-roll from some other completely different thing. Because it would cut away and it would not look like the same movie.
This is true. This is true. So I guess we will get into it. Let's see. Buck, you've had a rough week, so we'll let you start.
All right. Question is, where are we starting?
We're gonna put a list up on the board here, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go through a bunch. And there is a cat.
There is a cat. Look at that,
and a
my
boy.
full-grown panther.
He has gotten a lot bigger.
Yep.
He's trying to eat your boy.
He's going to eat the kid. Don't eat the kid. All right, you're cramping my style. Get out of here.
Figure we would just go through movies and Buck can pick the first one, and we'll talk about it, see if it fits on the top 10.
Oh, I mean, if we're gonna do it that way, then I know when it'll stay up there, and that's gonna be Top Gun.
Top Gun. I agree. Top Gun is definitely on the list.
I mean, it's the only naval movie on the list that matters.
I think it should be higher up on the list.
So I've actually went back and watched Top Gun recently. My wife says that the storyline doesn't make a lot of sense. There's like gaps in the story where they just kind of jump over little plot point. I guess the whole plot of the thing. They jump over the reasoning between it, so it's just like they're jumping from action to action. And she has a point, but in saying that, um, they flew real fucking planes in that movie.
They did. Flew them out of Miramar in Southern California.
And we get young Tom Cruise. We get young Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, in probably his best role.
What, Val Kilmer's best role?
Yeah.
Sir.
I'm gonna say Batman.
No, not Batman.
Oh, I was gonna say, please don't say it was Batman.
I'm your Huckleberry.
I mean, he did
That's
do
true,
a
that's true.
good Doc Holliday.
That's good. I would say those two can flip flop depending on the time of day. I mean, both of those, he's the quintessential character in each one, right? He's why you show up. Like Tom Cruise is cool in Top Gun. Tom Cruise would not be as cool if Val Kilmer wasn't such a good antagonist.
True. Yeah, so where do you think it fits on the top 10 right now? Of course, that we can change this around. It's completely dynamic.
I mean, I would say that it would be at least the top 5.
Yeah,
Top
it
5.
has to be in the top 5. Yeah, it has to be top 5.
So let's stick it at number 3 right now.
Okay. All right, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Good answer. Survey says.
And we can move these around.
Good. Also, remember that this is a Nerdotopia top 10 list, so no matter what we put in what order, it'll always be whatever Diz wants it to be.
Thanks.
Oh. So, Clan, do you have one to throw out there?
I mean, Buck brought out a big gun, so I'm going to bring out a big gun as well. And I know where this movie is on my top 80s movies list. Are you ready? Since we're going out with big guns, my big gun top 80s movie is Back to the Future.
I knew that was coming. I knew it'd be one of two. It was either going to be that or Ghostbusters.
Back to the Future is the perfect movie. Its characters are well defined. It tells a complete story from beginning to end. It is a story of redemption. It's got ha-has and guffaws. It's got action. It's got emotion.
It has incest.
I was going to say that,
partial
but
incest. Hey, according to Pornhub, that is a topic that people like. It has
a dog,
Michael J. Fox in his
driving a car,
first movie role. There's a dog driving a car. Well, actually, the dog is in the driver's seat. Doc Brown is driving the car with the remote control.
I know.
There's Libyans. I mean,
and uranium.
Perfect.
Uranium.
It is plutonium. Sir.
It was just
same
plutonium,
thing.
Right?
Same thing.
So,
the periodic table would beg to differ.
That's true. That is true. So for me,
I could put both of them in a bomb and blow up something big.
I think it is the perfect movie. I think Back to the Future should be on the list at number 1.
Ooh. I mean, right now we don't think Top Gun is number 1, so we can put it at number 1 right now and see if it holds up. I don't have an argument against that at the moment.
Well, it's not my turn, so I guess I have to let it go.
You can talk about it. This is the discussion phase.
Nope.
Yeah, we can fight over it.
We'll overthrow it in a minute.
Got it.
All right. So right now we have a number 1. And yes, I am using Word.
Oh wow.
And it's correcting itself. Or trying to.
Does Excel know that you're using?
Don't tell it.
Oh, sorry. I didn't. I'm sorry.
All
All
right.
right, I severed where it can't hear you, Dis. It's fine.
All right, Diz,
It's
you
hard
about
to
named one.
pick. It's hard to pick one. Oh, I'm gonna throw one out there. I don't know that it's top 10 or not.
Okay.
Some people would definitely say it is. I would say if it is top 10, it's probably in the lower half. And
Okay,
that is
respectable.
this is Spinal Tap.
Yeah, I would go with number 10.
And if you haven't watched the movie, it's like a parody almost of a rock band from the 70s, 80s era type.
Yep.
Um it's they're like a glam rock band, but they don't start that way.
We're going to
you
turn
know,
it up to
the
11.
the fluffy hair all, frizzed out and
Yeah.
probably
A lot,
eyeliner and like the really weird looking skimpy clothes and stuff.
a lot of Aquanet in that movie.
A lot of Aquanet. It has
That
one
movie created a hole in the ozone layer.
it has one of my most favorite lines from a movie. But it goes to 11.
That's right.
And now I always love that the drummer keeps dying in the because I'm a drummer, so uh
It is a great movie. I'll
and
agree
the
with
whole
you.
moment with
Definitely.
I don't know if you remember the Stonehenge, where it was supposed to be this really big monument come down, and it was like they messed it up, and it was like this big, and they lowered it down on a crane during the show. So I think we can put it at number 10 safely and see if it just gets
I'm
bumped
fine with
off at some point.
Yep, I'm fine with that. I think this is Spinal Tap is definitely enough.
Okay. All right. I guess we're back at Buck. We have this weird rotation, but we
Right.
started in the middle, I guess, so that worked. We're back to the middle.
I'm gonna go with Willow.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's another Val Kilmer.
It
This is Val
is.
Kilmer movie.
But I mean, let's face it, it's really a Warwick Davis movie.
Mm-hmm. Where does Willow? Well, for those of you that don't know, we'll just give a brief. Willow is like a fantasy type movie, right? From the 80s. It has many different races in it, and I can't remember what they're exactly called. They're not the typical like races if you're familiar with Dungeons and
Willow's
Dragons and
race
stuff.
is the Elwins, and the humans are called Dakinis.
And the other ones are more like hobbits if you're familiar with Tolkien and stuff like that.
Okay, time out here real quick. Okay, I'm not going to give my input on this movie because I've not watched this movie, so I can't.
Mhm.
But however, I want to point out some bullshit that I've just detected. I mean, we're going to full 11. This is Spinal Tap on the bullshit meter.
Oh shit.
All right. And Buck, after I say this, you're going to agree with me.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So the humans are named something weird. All the races are there, but they're named something weird, right? Diaz loves this movie. He really likes Willow. He thinks it's a very good movie. The races are named something different in the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy 14, and it drives Diz crazy. So I'm just going to throw it out here. Bullshit has went from here to here. Just saying. Thank you. Continue with your discussion.
Um yeah. So nobody becomes a bard in this movie. So after they're an archer.
You haven't seen the sequel. It's a whole damn movie full of bards.
There is some cross dressing though.
Some barchers.
Val Kilmer does cross dressing.
Yeah, looks good doing it. So just saying that, putting it out there.
I mean, he fools the dude that he was trying to hide from.
Well, I know the next episode's list. Top 10 cross dressers.
Top 10 Val Kilmer movies. We'll just do Val Kilmer moments.
One of the best moments in the movie, though, is when the brownie is on an owl and has Laura Dannon in his claws, and he goes, "I stole the baby." Stupid Daikini, as he's flying through over Willow's head, and Willow's like, "Oh, what the hell just happened?" the baby's not supposed to be flying in the clutches of an owl.
All right. Willow, where do you think it belongs?
6.
With everything going down down this list, I would give it a 5 or a 6, one of the two.
All right.
Knowing what's on the list because I prepped and saw all 1,500 movies.
Okay. We can drop it in at 5 for now. We have nothing on the board really, but a few things here.
Just so y'all know, Chad, as far as grossing on this list, Lucasfilms made it big
That's good because his
in
other
the
movies
80s.
didn't.
Well, no, I'm talking about like grossing films in the 80s. Lucasfilms did quite a bit.
All right, Clan,
Yeah.
what do you got for us?
All right, my second pick, and I think that this movie should probably be in the number 2 spot, but I'll let you guys fight it out and see what you think. But I think this is also another quintessential 80s movie. For all breathing, you need to watch this. All right. That movie is Ghostbusters.
I don't think it made it to 2. Reason why? Reason why? You've said it yourself. The newest Ghostbusters beats that one.
It does, but the newest Ghostbuster is not in the 80s.
I agree, but that's why I wouldn't put it at number 2.
And you wouldn't appreciate the newest Ghostbusters movie if it hadn't been for the foundation built by the first movie.
I still don't think it makes number 2.
This movie not only was a huge success, but it also spawned cartoons, toys, and sequels to the cartoons, and a whole different universe. So I mean, it's funny, it's exciting. There's some sci-fi built in there. There's some occult stuff, which is always nice. I don't know. I think that as far as 80s movies go, it's probably my second favorite 80s movie, personally, mine. So I'm interested to see guys.
So right now what we have to debate is it better than Top Gun?
I don't think it is.
That's fine, Buck. It's okay to be right.
I think it is because of the storyline. And that's where I faulted Top Gun before, is that the storyline of Top Gun is very basic. It is the only thing it's basically a love like movie. That's all it's a love movie with action sequences in it, right? The whole story is there's two storylines to it, right? There's what he has to overcome as himself, and then there's a love story. And that's pretty much your two stories. There's no other side stories or anything.
But which love story are you going with? Because it's not him and Charlie.
That's not the love story.
She is the love interest, right?
The love story is him and Goose. He loses his brother / best friend. Like that is his pivotal issue. The original issue, what he has to overcome is the loss of his father because he's flying as a ghost against his dad. When he finally breaks all that and rolls back into what he's best at, is because of Goose.
All
It
right.
ain't got nothing to do with her.
Here's another. I mean, Goose is a big plot point in the movie. We won't get more into that, I guess. But if there is another thing we have to factor in here, if Lady like raids this stream later for some reason, and Top Gun isn't number one, what's going to happen to all of us?
Nothing, because she's obsessed with Top Gun too. That's
Oh,
not
Top
an
Gun
80s
2.
movie.
It is not an 80s movie.
Not an 80s movie. That's another thing too. Ghostbusters had a sequel, and it was also an 80s movie.
Yeah, it did.
We won't talk about that sequel though.
I mean, it's all
Because in
right.
the third movie, they don't even talk about it. It didn't happen. All right, so where do you put it? Where do you put it? So we've got what? 2 votes for 2. Buck, where would you put it?
In 4.
Below Top Gun, unknown second movie, and above Willow?
Yep, because there's a second movie still out there that should be up there.
And we don't have to like shuffle them down. We can debate like moving 2 to 4 or 2 to 8 later and leave everything else in place. There's
I
no
think for
rules
at
here.
least right now, Ghostbusters should be number 2.
Yeah.
Until you
Okay.
prove to me that
It
there's
is.
another better movie.
It's a strong movie. We'll put it on there, and then we'll keep debating.
All right.
All right. So,
Yes.
guess it's back to me. Yeah. Trying to think. It's not like my favorite movie from the 80s, but when I think of like if you said name an 80s movie, this would be like possibly the movie that comes to the top of my head is The Goonies.
Goonies, good one. Yeah, Goonies, good one.
It is like an adventure movie with a bunch of kids that form this group, you know, and they all kind of fill in certain roles in the group and stuff like that. And there is a special dance in the movie.
That is true. Ruffle shuffle.
Is the Asian kid in that movie? Is he in the Indiana Jones movie?
Yes,
Yes, that's the same kid.
that's Short Stack.
Um, it's a very basic story, but it is, I don't know. It leads us into I think a lot of 90s movies probably use the same type of formula that they used in the Goonies to make a lot of movies in the 90s.
Well, you had like the Goonies formula and stuff that kind of led into like another movie that's very similar. I think probably just if you look at it mechanically is like Stand by Me, right? You have a bunch of kids that kind of go on an adventure.
Yeah.
So you kind of have that. Yeah, and I think every movie like that. Okay, we're going to get a bunch of kids together, and the kids are going to have an adventure. Owe that to everybody's trying to make their good.
Yeah. I don't think it belongs in the left side here. I think I could put it at a solid 6 right now, and I don't know that it'll stay there.
I could see.
Opinion, Buck?
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
The Goonies. Right.
I had that written down on my list that I was telling you
Oh,
about
did you?
earlier.
All right. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with Die Hard, and that's the one I
That's a
think
really
should
good
be
movie.
beating Ghostbusters.
Best Christmas.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. If you had to pick, gun to your head, Clandis.
Okay, between Die Hard and Ghostbusters.
Yep.
Ghostbusters.
Wow. John McClane.
He
You
gonna
just
die
threw
on
him
that hill,
off the
Diz.
building.
Yep. By Ray Stantz, Peter Venkman, Egon Spangler, Winston Zeddemore. Yep. Between the two of them, if you gun to my head, gotta go with Ghostbusters.
Here's how I see it. I see it as younger me would have definitely preferred Ghostbusters. Older me would watch Die Hard.
Listen, you know how big of a Die Hard preacher that I am.
Yep.
I preach the love of Die Hard all the time. Like I said, it's my favorite Christmas movie. I don't care what you say, Bruce Willis. But gun to my head between the two, I'm picking Ghostbusters. Die Hard. Does Die Hard need to be in the list? Yes. Die Hard be in my top 5? Yes. 100%. I just don't think it should be above Ghostbusters.
All right. What do you think? You think it beats out Ghostbusters?
I think it does.
Do you think it beats out Top Gun?
Yes.
Yeah, it would
I
be
think
Top Gun.
storyline wise, it's
Well, see, I'm
gun
not
to my
basing
head-
it off of. I'm not basing it
Yep.
off of story. I'm basing it off of enjoyment of watching the show or the movie.
well we have a bad guy in that one, right? So it's a different type of storyline. In Top Gun we have some bad guys, but they're just nameless bad guys, right?
Nameless
And
MiG
part of
pilots.
this one we actually have a face and a name, and so different style of movie completely.
I just think, again, like you said, putting the gun to
I'm
my
gonna
head
side
between
with
Die
I'm gonna side
Hard
with
and
Buck on
Top
this
Gun,
one.
I'm going to say Die Hard over Top Gun.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so if we're going with that, then that would shift Ghostbusters to 3 and Top Gun to 4.
That's what we'll do for now, and then we'll continue to debate because we may shuffle once we get a solid 10 on the list. Then we can start moving them around and stuff like that. And right now, let's see, move Top Gun down. Ghostbusters.
If you're using words, you can't just copy and paste.
Can, but I prefer topping. Die Hard. And yes, you youngins, that is not a porno.
I mean, that's something else.
Or a battery. Right.
It is a battery. Go to Sears.
Not in this
get a car
instance.
battery. It's a Die Hard.
All right, throw out your next one, Clandis. What do you got? Oh, that
My
was
turn?
that yours?
No,
Was,
No,
that,
Die Hard was
Bugs.
mine.
That was
that was
Bugs.
yours, right?
Bugs.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to say this one could be either 7, 8, or 9. I don't care. It's probably for you guys, probably maybe 8 or 9. I don't know where it ranks with you guys, but I'm going to say. Actually, it may go. Actually, no. Actually, another movie just popped in my head, and I don't know where you'll put this one because this movie is a great movie.
Okay.
Very good movie. RoboCop.
Good movie. It's a good movie.
To me, that would
classic
go above
80s movie.
Goonies.
Probably, yeah. I could see that.
Yeah, I would definitely watch RoboCop over Goonies.
And if there's anybody out there that hasn't seen RoboCop, it's about a guy who was a police officer and gets gunned down, and they rebuild him as a cyborg and give him a directive to clean up the city.
I mean, what really happens,
He has
Chad,
4
is
directives.
this guy dies on the job and they tell him to get his ass back to work. Is what really
Yeah,
happens.
We're going back to work.
Even
you don't even
death
have to
can't prevent
sleep.
you.
The
Here's
people
your
that
baby
watched
food and
this
a gun. Go
as
sleep
kids
well.
in the 80s are now the bosses. Now.
Exactly. One of my heroes died and went back to work.
Right?
They this is they base their management style on RoboCop. Yeah, we'll throw RoboCop in here.
Be like, why are you such a hard ass, boss? Because my hero is still working.
You know who doesn't clock out? Alex Murphy, Detroit PD.
He's
That's
at
who
his desk
doesn't
right
clock
now
out.
eating baby food,
Eating baby food. Yep.
cleaning his gun.
Exactly. Damn, his gun. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's a cannon.
Oh, it is a cannon.
Didn't it have
Damn.
like a 3-round burst also or something?
Yeah. When he shot it, it go. And when he shot it, he did this.
He'd have to throw his hand up because it
Yep.
had such recoil. He's trying to keep balance.
I mean, I
Leg would
feel
open up,
like
he'd pull out his gun.
I feel like the people that made Judge Dredd saw his gun and went, let's modify the design a little bit, but let's use something that damn big and OP because he had the gun.
Mr. I am the law.
All right. You ready for mine?
Ready.
It's going to be a curveball. You ready
Okay.
for it?
Yep.
So, not my favorite movie, but
Wait,
I
he
think
said
it does.
curveball. Is it
I
Major
think-
League?
I think it might deserve a spot on the list somewhere, maybe.
Where'd you play at? California Penal.
Is Dirty Dancing.
Hmm.
Okay. As an aside to that, which one? Which one do you think's better? Dirty Dancing? Footloose.
I'm going to tell you something that I haven't told anybody. I've never watched Footloose, so
I think
I
he's
just know
more
the
geared.
synopsis of the movie.
I think he's more geared in, Clan, that he is a Patrick Swayze fan.
I mean,
That's fine. Roadhouse.
I do
Right.
prefer. I do prefer
Roadhouse with Sam Elliott and Patrick
that is a
Swayze
que-
was
okay,
way better.
Which one? Dirty Dancing or Roadhouse?
I mean, for me myself, I would rather watch Roadhouse.
yes.
Exactly. Roadhouse should be on the list more than Dirty. See, here's the problem. We have 2 spots left. I have more than 2 movies that I want to
I
add
know.
on this list.
Oh, I
I
have
know.
a buttload that
Shit's
could
gonna have to
potentially
get-
make that there.
Shit's gonna
Yeah,
have to get
yeah.
bounced off the
Okay,
list.
I don't know,
Hard
but-
decisions are gonna have to be made.
But put Dirty Dancing at 9 because you already
Put
said
it
it,
at 9.
and then we will remove it when we get there
Yeah, go ahead.
because it definitely
There's
ain't high on the list.
There's not even room for my movies anymore.
It's all right. We can do some bumping.
Here we go.
All
Add
right,
another
Buck.
0 to that 10 up there so we can get this list right.
All
Top 100
And
80s.
and if you don't know about Dirty Dancing, then it is about a family that goes on vacation, and the young underage girl gets seduced by the older male counselor, entertainer. What I don't know what he is, dancing instructor.
By the older male Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's supposed to be like a dance instructor, choreographer type deal.
I will tell you this. I watched, a show about the making of it and stuff, and like he injures himself jumping off the stage on that one scene and has to continue with the movie injured throughout the whole time.
Yep.
So just impressive
Also-
on his part what he did.
Also, he did not get along with female lead
No,
in that movie. They
No.
do not like each other in real life.
no.
R.I.P. Patrick Swayze.
Right.
Like cancer.
All right. We're back to Buck, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I personally feel that this next one is going to knock Goonies down a peg,
Hmm.
and that is The Princess Bride.
Oh fuck! Let's wipe them all off the board.
Oh,
Let's just put it on number one.
oh, no. Princess Bride is good. I'll give you that one.
Hey,
100%.
the Princess. I say it beats Willow.
I would say it beat Willow too.
For fantasy movies, yeah, I think Princess Bride is a better movie than, although I haven't watched Willow, but from what I know,
I would
think
say it beats Willow.
Princess
Willow's
Bride is
good,
better than
but
Willow.
Princess Bride is just like even the way it's shot, where it's like almost two separate things happening. You know,
Adam's Family is not in the 80s. Adam's Family is 91 or 2.
it is. Yeah,
Listen, don't even start early 90s. Freaking
yeah.
crazy good for movies.
If we do this
Like,
with the
it is
'90s
not.
movies, we're gonna have to do it per year. We can't
Yeah.
do the entire
that is
'90s.
true. That is true.
Just 1990 alone is insane.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And then number
But yeah,
and in
when I
91, you had
said
the
it's
Big Bang
gonna
come out.
when I said the name and that it would bump Goonies down a peg, I
Terminator
didn't
2
mean
came
it
out
was
in
going to
91.
replace the Goonies at 7. I just meant it's going to move Goonies.
Yeah, we're gonna move Goonies down. We're gonna slide RoboCop down. We're gonna slide
It's
Willow
90.
down. And we're gonna put.
They're trying to take my number 1 spot.
I mean, as
Princess
excited
Bride.
as the guy with Princess Bride is, I feel like we could have put it at number 1.
And
I mean,
we're gonna die on that hill.
Inigo Montoya.
Go ahead and tag
No,
it.
don't.
It has Andre the Giant in it.
It
It
does.
does have Andre the Giant in it. Yes. Listen, I'll even give you the Princess Bride, maybe number 2.
Ooh, yeah, I can see it.
I mean, I can't argue that it's not a good movie. It's a fucking great movie.
I mean, I think it beats Die Hard, Top Gun, and Ghostbusters.
You have
I don't
have
mind putting
Andre
it at
the
number 2.
Giant. You have
Personally,
Carrie Ools or whatever his name is, who will go on to be Robin Hood in Robin Hood Men in Tights. It's got Mandy Patinkin in a role that he actually finished the part and didn't leave partway through making it, which is rare for Mandy Patinkin, even though I love his acting. But I mean, it is a good, that movie is, people talk about it now, watching it for the first time, how good that movie is.
I'm
got,
just wanting to go there that the Way Clan's pushing my movie choice. It should be number 1.
it's
I'm not giving you
debatable at number
now,
1.
I mean,
I would say
whatever. There's more of you than there are of me. However, I'm saying if I think quintessential 80s movies, Back to the Future beats out Princess Bride. But I'll give you Princess Bride could probably be number 2.
Do we move it to 2? I mean, do we have consensus or not?
Yeah, I mean, we can move it to 2.
Okay, all right. We'll go ahead and slide it up there.
See, I wasn't sure how far up the list y'all wanted it, but I knew Goonies was moving when I said it. I was like, this ain't going into the 8th slot, like at all.
All right.
There's one I'm gonna say that's Clancy's gonna be like, hell no, that don't even make the top 30. But it's gonna be for the look on his face.
I'm sure there's a lot of them that we could say.
Hey, you guys will say no, they don't belong here.
I mean, there's a lot of movies I like from the 80s that I know that just don't fit on this list. All right, Clan, you're up.
I'm gonna go with speaking of holiday movies that are bring about Christmas. And I'm not gonna go where you think I'm gonna go because I'll let one of you pick up that movie. I am going to go with Gremlins.
That's another
is
movie I think of
gross of all time.
When you say 80s movie. I think of Goonies and Gremlins for some reason. I think Gremlins deserves a spot in here.
I think Gremlins should be in. I think it should probably be, me personally, I would probably put it probably 9.
If we do number 9, at that point we have to eliminate one of those bottom 2 movies.
For me personally, this is me. I would replace Dirty Dancing with Gremlins. That's just me. Feel free. See, Sally has totally said that I'm wrong.
I
Exactly,
mean,
because there's going to
But
be. We don't have any female representation on the board
we
here.
don't. We don't. We need 3 old men and a vagina. Which is the name of the unmade sequel to 3 Men and a Little Lady.
I think I hear a TikTok coming.
I've heard that is called something else, but we will leave that out.
Oh shit! Speaking of, you made me think of
I
another
mean,
movie, but it's not an 80s
I would
movie.
say
It's 91.
I would say you had to bump Spinal Tap off because I think Dirty Dancing still holds up.
Okay, I
do I
didn't
think
want to take
it's?
your Spinal Tap, Diz.
I know. I mean, I like the movie, but
Yeah.
I knew it was not going to stay on the board.
I still say though that Gremlins would come in under Goonies,
At number
even
9,
if
yeah,
we're bouncing Spinal Tap.
yeah. So we're gonna take this one, and we'll just throw it down here out of the way where nobody
So
can
now
see
we're
it.
saying Dirty Dancing is 10. Number
Yeah.
9 is Gremlins.
All right.
We saved Dirty Dancing, babe. It's number 10.
For now.
All right. For now.
All right.
Listen, there's like 1,500 movies in the 80s. Being number 10, you're in a good spot.
Right?
I'm gonna throw out a movie that may upset the entire board. I don't know. I have to actually look up the exact name of it because I can't remember. Give me just one second.
That's 90s.
Okay. It's called the exact. Well, actually, no, that one doesn't work. That's a 70s movie. Never mind. Never mind. We won't do that. It was The Holy Grail, and it's not an 80s movie.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
No, yeah,
that's
yeah.
70s. Yeah.
That's 70s. All right.
I think Life of Brian maybe 80s. Maybe like 80 or 81.
I didn't see it there.
Here's a good one. I don't think it deserves to be on the board, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. Little Monsters.
That was a good one.
That was a good movie.
Savage.
Yeah.
Life of Brian is not in the 80s either.
Nope.
Let's see. I don't know. This probably doesn't. Let's see if it is in the 80s. It is actually Major League. I don't really think it deserves.
When you said curveball,
I don't think it deserves to be on the board, but it is a good movie. Gets an honorable mention, I think. Willie Mays Hayes.
Yeah, Willie Mays Hayes.
Yeah, and Vaughn from the Penal League, right?
California Penal.
California Penal. If you can't tell, it's a baseball movie.
It is. It is. If we were doing top 20, it would definitely be on the list.
Yeah. So that'll be mine, just so we can keep it rolling, because I think you guys have more of a list prepared on this one than I don't.
So this one I feel is going to knock Dirty Dancing off the list. And that would be Short Circuit.
Oh, shit. As soon as we remove that from the list, you're going to see a clothesline come from the side up against Clandis' head.
Yeah, it's going to, don't say anything.
Plan, shut the door and lock it. Shut the door and lock it.
She's not watching stream. It's fine.
All right.
She won't
Short
know.
Circuit is about a robot that gets struck by
Number
lightning
5.
and
Yep.
comes to life,
I'm still.
becomes self-aware.
He became self-aware.
What's the movie where all
Terminator's
the
also in
machines
that
come to
list.
life and try to kill everybody?
Terminator's
What was that
also
movie
on the
called?
list. Machines came alive and started trying to kill everybody.
Yeah. I have to look that one up. I can't remember. Is it Maximum Overdrive? Or...
That's when the cars and stuff started coming
Yeah.
alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maximum Overdrive. Only
Short
movie directed
Circuit.
by Stephen King.
Johnny Five.
Number 5
He's
is alive.
Johnny Five's better than Gremlins.
I'd almost say Johnny Five's better than Goonies. I don't think he quite beats RoboCop though.
I
Me
mean,
personally, I like it better than Goonies, but that's just my personal.
I think if you put them in a showdown, that Johnny Five would beat RoboCop in a
Probably.
he had a fucking laser.
Johnny Five got a laser.
I can see it. So we're saying it's gonna be number 8, and we're gonna eliminate Dirty Dancing.
Or Dirty Dancing.
Put Baby in the corner.
Puts Baby in the corner. Number 5. Puts Baby in.
All right, Short Circuit City.
Were you channeling Mike Tyson there for a second?
What?
What's this movie's name, Mike? What? Fuck it.
Short
Circuit?
Circuit City.
I mean, there's so many people that probably don't even know what you're referencing to with that city part.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sad.
All roads lead to Best Buy now.
All right, Clan. What do you got?
I don't know because I really don't want to knock any of these movies off the list. I also don't know if any of my picks can knock these movies. But having said that, we've not seen any horror movies.
No horror
And
yet.
I
No.
think 80s horror is another big genre in the 80s, right?
Yep.
So with me, I am going to pick my personal favorite 80s horror movie. Do you know what it is, Sally? My personal favorite 80s horror movie. When you were born, I mean that's close. That's up there.
Leprechaun.
Nope, not Leprechaun. I'm
It's not in the
personally
80s.
I'm going to throw this title out, but I have an alternate that I think most people would probably pick.
Okay.
Does it have to do with the number?
My personal pick is definitely with a number. Yes, my personal pick for top horror movie of the 80s is I'm going to go with Friday the 13th Part 6. Jason Lives. It's one of my favorite. However, I'm saying most people will probably be like, "You're stupid." And as an alternate, I will throw out Poltergeist.
See, the problem is I don't particularly
like horror movies.
that genre at all.
Right.
I mean, I would put Gremlins close to the horror movie.
It genre. Is, yeah.
Of the movies we have, Gremlins is the closest to a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's comedic horror. Like
I mean,
Child's
Gremlins
Play.
2.
Right.
Gremlins 2 is more comedic than the first one. But you do get Gizmo looking like Rambo, making his own bow to kill a spider gremlin,
That's true.
which was Clan's favorite part because all spiders have to die.
Killed him with a pencil and a flame. I don't know.
With a butterfly clip.
Yeah.
So, do either of those movies beat out anything on the board? I mean, for me, they don't because I just I'm biased against them. So I'm kind of relying on you two to kind of
Like I said,
make this call.
I just throwing them out because they hadn't been represented yet.
It's true. Oh, we got some drink.
Crap, I gotta go get. I already drank my drink. Hold on, I'll be right back. You guys discuss.
I gotta pour. I gotta pour some more drink. What do you think, Chad?
I'm trying to debate also the amount of people, because it seems like the horror movies in the 80s were semi-popular, but they weren't really big at that time. Like Gremlins was definitely a bigger viewed movie than either one of them.
It was more mainstream popular,
Yeah. But I mean, the Friday the 13th franchise has made well enough for them to make, well over 10 without much of batting an eye. So
I take it those didn't make the list.
So it may knock Gremlins out in that regard if you base it on how well they have kept carrying over.
Yeah. Now I watched Poltergeist. I have watched it. I've watched it a few times actually. I like it. It has very iconic moments in it. While a lot of the other horror movies have, I don't know, it seems to be the same type of gore type of moments where they'll try to get creative and put the teenagers in different situations.
Listen. Have you ever watched a movie where a guy who has suffered abuse and trauma and PTSD from ghosts digs up their corpse, damages the corpse using a metal rod? The metal rod then gets hit by lightning. The guy wakes up, is no longer dead, and then kills Warshak from Welcome Back, Cotter. No, you have not.
I haven't seen that at all, no.
Exactly. Well, now I've got to show you this one.
And see, Clan wasn't here, Diz, for me potentially trying to help defend one of his choices.
Get it, bud?
Because I said, if you look by popularity in the 80s, the Jason movies didn't make it as big as the Gremlins. But there was enough people that enjoyed watching it that they went ahead and made over 10 of those movies. So I could see how Friday the 13th could potentially bump Gremlins over the fact that there's still quite a few people, even in the horror side of things, that enjoyed that franchise.
I don't want it to bump.
Well, then it can't make the top 10 because I don't think it was better than the Goonies.
Oh, and see, I don't think.
I don't think it is either, but it got lumped in there.
Yeah, we can. Well, it's not nothing's locked in. We can always swap them around.
All right, so Diz, it's your turn.
Okay, so I got a few that I've jotted down here.
All right.
I'm gonna throw out some that probably won't just make the board, and we'll just skip over those, and then I'll get to one that I think would probably be on there. Let me look at the correct title for it, so I don't say it wrong. Big Time in Little China. Kurt Russell movie. Don't think it actually fits on the top 10, but if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. It's a very interesting 80s movie.
Biden, his first movie.
Bloodsport. It's a really good fighting movie, but I don't think it's gonna make the top 10. Would it beat out some that are on the board right now? Possibly, but I think by the end of this, it would not still be there. So I don't know if it's worth putting on there.
I think I like all 10 movies we have on the board better than.
All right, so here's one that might bump something off. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I do like Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
We have animation with live action.
We have Bob Hoskins as Eddie Valiant.
Mhm.
We have some classic lines. I'm not bad. I'm just
Does it knock anything off the list? Is it better than anything up there?
if I'm looking at my personal top 10 list now,
Mhm.
I took our list and I was making my own personal top 10 list. For me, it would probably be uh Gremlins moves to 9, Goonies drops to 10, Roger Rabbit beats.
Pops Goonies off the board.
That's just me.
Right, right. So I guess the question now, I don't think it beats any of the top 5.
No, no, does not beat. I'll give it that it doesn't beat any of.
I I think it either, if it's gonna beat anything, it
Seven.
would have to be the Goonies or the Gremlins.
Yeah.
It's fighting for a 9th or a 10th spot there. To me, I like it better than the Gremlins, but I see where the Gremlins is an iconic 80s movie. And when I think of 80s, I
True.
don't think of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I think of the Gremlins, or something.
That's true too. I would think more of Gremlins than I think of Roger Rabbit. But to be fair, I would think more of Goonies than I do Roger Rabbit when I think of iconic 80s movies.
Mm-hmm. But
But as far
if
as
I had to
watching them,
pick, yeah, for me, if I had to bump one of those 3, it would be Gremlins. That's preference of what I would watch. What do you think, Buck? Does it
I think
even
Bucky, I
fit
don't
on the
fucking like
board?
Roger Rabbit.
It may not fit on the board for him. Yeah, that's fine too.
I mean, and to be completely honest, Roger Rabbit wouldn't be in my top 20.
Oh
Dang.
wow, it is 100% in my top 20.
I've got, see, my mindset's different than y'all's. Mine's more military action type, and not that these would fit over those, but like Missing in Actions, the Delta Forces, Rambo. like that stuff would beat Roger Rabbit if they set him in front of me and asked me which one I would pick.
I would like if you set me down and I had to pick between Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Rambo, I'd probably watch Rambo.
Yeah, between the two of them, probably.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, my mindset's more of the, the military stuff, and that's why Roger Rabbit wouldn't be in the top 20 because
So Roger would be like a solid 13.
Yeah. I kind of agree. It's really close, and I'm not against leaving it off the board. I'll put it down here with the others that have fallen off the board.
Yeah.
We'll see if it ever gets bumped up. Probably not. All right, Buck. Do you have a movie for us? Or
I
we're getting to the
mean,
point where anybody can throw something out if you want to, if you think of something.
I mean, another one that I would, if I was given a choice, I would unfortunately watch this over the Goonies, and that's just because of I enjoy the way it's played out, which is Young Guns.
I do like the movie.
I mean, there's the way they, it's a younger version of, you know, some of the actors that, they kind of just got their feet wet, but they put them in iconic roles of Western history. And for the most part, they took off after that movie. Now, granted, Charlie and Kiefer were, running on their daddy's coattails. So it made that a little different.
Batman.
That wouldn't make my top 10.
Well,
What would make your top 10?
Batman.
the original Batman. We haven't thrown it even out there, but Chad has thrown it out
We
there.
haven't thrown
Chat
it
did.
out. Yeah.
We'll
Batman
we'll discuss that
89.
one. We'll discuss that one in a second. If Clan don't throw it out, I'll throw it on the table.
All right. Well, I already had two picked out here.
Wow.
I'll let you have Batman.
So we got Young Guns. Okay. So
Okay.
does it beat out any of the top 5? Or are we
No.
talking about
I think as a whole that we might not find anything really on the list is going to beat the top 5.
Yeah, we
I
may
think
just shuffle those
vying
around
for the last 5.
Well, we may have found something that rocks the whole top 10 here.
Maybe, but
So where do you think Young Guns would fall?
I mean, for me, it'd be in a 9 or 10. It wouldn't beat out the top 8.
Yeah.
Me, it's probably in my.
Hmm. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I mean, I would watch it over Gremlins any day. So we're gonna knock Gremlins off the board with Young Guns. Is everybody okay with that?
That's fine.
The Gremlins.
Wrong.
We hardly knew you.
I mean, I thought we were moving Gremlins to 9 and putting Goonies at 10.
We can. We can. Hold on. You said moving Gremlins to 9, putting Goonies at 10,
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier.
and then bumping the Goonies for Young Guns.
Well, I mean, that's up to y'all. I just threw one out there.
I mean, I'm fine with Young Guns bumping Gremlins. That was your choice.
I mean, I said 9 or 10. I didn't say Gremlins as a whole.
I'm fine with Gremlins getting bumped off the list.
Okay, so you want Goonies back at 9? It's doing all kinds of stuff over here. Extending it, shortening it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you moved Gremlins to 9?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about doing earlier.
Oh, I was fine with it being 10 and getting off.
No, I
It's
mean,
fine. I know how much you guys like.
I mean, I never said one way or the other.
This list is very different than the official Van Diesel list.
Oh yeah, this is wholeheartedly different than Buck's official 10.
And you guys can put out your list out on the Discord there. And we're doing it kind of different than we did in the past 2 top 10s. I don't know. I don't know if I can bump either one of those.
Because see, if we were doing like y'all have been with 1 or 2 or 2 or 3 movies at a time as a choice, the other one I would pick would go over Young Guns, which would be The Predator.
Shit, the Predator.
Because Predator with Arnold
I would pick
is
Predator over Young Guns.
that's what I said.
Son
Predator
of a
would go over
bitch.
top of Young Guns.
Yep. I would pick Predator over.
Okay, I put Young Guns down below so we can talk about it more. All right. So we got Predator now. I mean, Predator beats out Gremlins and the Goonies for me. I like Predator better than RoboCop.
I do too.
Better than Will.
Oh,
That's because you ain't seen Willow, so you know. I mean, there's that. You gotta watch the movie to have an opinion in that regard, Clan. Shit.
All right. Well, what? Okay. I mean, Predator's on there. I think either 2 of the movies I'm thinking of may beat Predator.
okay. Well, I mean, right now, Predator, does it bump off Gremlins or Goonies? They seem to be on the chopping block.
That up to you.
I mean, I feel like
I would definitely watch Predator over Goonies.
I would too.
I
So
mean, I fall with what Diz said. Really, I'd watch Predator over RoboCop.
all right. So I'm
But
going to drop down Gremlins, and we're going to drop down Short Circuit. Unless you go on and put RoboCop here instead of Short Circuit. You like RoboCop better than Short Circuit?
Do like me some.
Predator. It's Pred. I can't spell Predator for some reason. All of a
it's
sudden.
a A DATOR.
There we go. I want to put I there. I was like, that don't seem right. It don't seem right. All right, so we've had a little bit of a shuffle there, and the Goonies got knocked off. All right, that was Buck's turn, right?
Yep.
It was big shakeup. What do you got, Clan? If you got
I'm gonna
2,
throw
you
out
can throw
2.
2.
I'm gonna throw out 2 here. You guys, tell me what you think. Now, Predator, good movie. Not the best Arnold action movie in the 80s.
Now somebody's going
Well,
Commando.
If we're
You're
going
thinking
Arnold
of
and action movies,
you're thinking of the Running Man, right?
both wrong. I'm thinking of Terminator.
See, I like Terminator, but
I think Terminator might beat RoboCop, but I don't know if it beats Predator.
I like RoboCop over Terminator. Now Terminator 2, different story
Yeah,
altogether.
Yeah, Terminator 2 is not even in the same zip code.
right.
Terminator.
But we can't talk about
Terminator
it.
2 would be in the top
Terminator
5
2
if we were adding it to this
is
list.
in its whole other thing. Yes,
Right?
yes. Terminator 2 is a masterpiece. Yes. Okay. So, all right. Well, okay. What about this one? Not an action movie, but a lot of people enjoy it. Last part of the '80s. Honey, I Shrunk the Kid.
I like the movie a lot. But it don't make the top 10 on mine.
All right. I'm
Yeah.
just throwing it out there.
I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I don't think it beats anything on the board currently.
No, I would watch what's in our top 10 over Honey, I Shrunk.
Yeah. I like the movie a lot, but it's
And
can't
like
beat
we
it, I would
discussed,
say.
if Terminator 2 was the choice, then Gremlins would be leaving right now.
If we could do 90 and 91, yeah,
we'll do that next time.
Yeah, we'll have yeah.
Like you don't understand. And when you look at the list of movies that were made in 90 and 91, you're like, holy shit, how did we survive?
We survived by
forget-
sitting at home watching movies.
Don't forget
This was our
chat
golden age.
maybe of a much younger generation, so they may not know what any of these movies are.
That's true.
That's true. They may have not even been alive by 1990.
Yeah, true. Okay, so we said it, or actually, chat said it, brought it up for us. Batman. Dude,
In this,
does it? I mean, it is a good movie, but does it knock anything off the list? You know, that's the question.
I'm going to say this. I would put my personal list on basing it on the list we have now. I think Batman '89 bumps Top Gun out.
Holy. Mm. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure about the Top Gun bump in there for Batman.
Like I said, this is me personally. This is me between the two. Gun to my head. Do I want to watch Batman or Top Gun? And I love them both.
All right, for me going down the list here,
Batman more than Top Gun.
I would rather watch Predator over Batman. I would pick Batman over RoboCop or Short Circuit.
He felt
Definitely over
circuit.
Sure to circuit.
Get your short circuit over
I can't say the word
It's a
tonight.
Junie feed.
Poor Diz is having a problem with that movie.
Okay, I'm gonna watch Short Circuit. Okay,
Okay.
the movie about a robot. Okay, the best
It's
robot
freaking robot
made in America. Okay, it'll be great.
I would put Batman at 8 and slide Gremlins off the list. That's what I would do. Clam wants to put it in the top 5.
Listen, I know I'm losing the argument. I'm just saying. Also, if it were me, Willow wouldn't be on the list. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I mean that.
It still may get bumped. I mean, we don't know. There's still a lot of movies to go through here, and it's already midnight.
Come through this Zoom call.
I'd probably say that you could put Batman in 8 or 9, and Gremlins gone. But me personally, Batman wouldn't be in the top 10.
I mean, he's one of my favorite people to play Batman. Definitely.
Oh, I mean, he did the best job as Batman as far as I'm concerned, but I've never been as
There's
much
only one
into
person that does
DC.
Batman better, and that's Kevin Conroy in Batman the Animated.
I keep seeing a cat head.
Yep.
It's the elusive co-host.
Hey, if it's what
Remember,
you were
chat, when
going
you
to
see
say
the cat,
earlier,
enter to win the Rice-A-Roni.
Bucket,
Show your
if it's
child.
what you were,
Okay.
if it's what you were saying earlier, you know, that you couldn't say the word.
Yeah. As it rears his head around and tries to bite his nose.
Chat asked
We need
to
to
see the child.
We need a button for "Show Me the Child."
We do. I'm going to propose a Luca emote.
Look at emo. I don't even know if we can finish this list tonight. It's already midnight, and we're maybe a third of the way through the movies.
Well, a third of the way through the movies that we feel mattered. I mean, let's face it, Chad. There's 1,500 movies, and most of them were C-rated best.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time when you're looking online for 80s top 80s movie list, the list is at least like 100.
Right. There is what is considered the top 100 greatest 80 movies of all time.
Yeah.
But
I like the top 10 list because it forced us to make really hard decisions. Is what I like.
Hard decisions. Which brings us back. Where's Batman?
Like I said, I'd put it at 8 or 9. I'd bump Gremlins for it. But like I said, I'm not the biggest in Batman, mainly because I've always been, even since I was little, more Marvel than DC comic books and everything. So that one makes it a little harder. I mean, I think Jack Nicholson did a good job as the Joker, but Heath Ledger kicked his ass.
Yeah, Heath Ledger's a better live action Joker.
And
still
Michael Keaton did a great Batman for live action. But just me personally, I'm not as big into DC as I am Marvel. So
that movie had the second best performances, 2 big characters. Like I said, if you want to see the best Batman and Joker, Batman the Animated Series. Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill.
All right, so are you okay, Clan, with putting Batman over RoboCop? What do you think? RoboCop or Batman?
I like RoboCop better, personally.
Okay. What about Short Circuit and Batman?
You can put Batman at number 10 and get rid of Gremlins.
Oh, damn.
Although it hurts my soul.
Okay, sorry, Gremlins.
Like,
we got
seriously like this. You don't know how bad it hurts. It hurts bad.
I mean, like I said, I don't know that we can finish this because it's already midnight at this point.
Right.
We may have to have a part 2 on this. Hell, we might even increase it to 25 or something.
I was gonna say,
I don't know.
I mean,
I really
now, Chad, I just want y'all to know this piece of paper right here is front and back of 50 movies that I took off the list and put down that could potentially be in the running for top 10 out of that 1,500.
To one of the best Lucasfilm movies of the 80s.
Right. No, I know. We haven't brought up the only Lucasfilm that's been brought up is Willow. We haven't hit anything with Star Wars or Indiana Jones.
Or
no
Howard the Duck.
Now,
that
was not going to make top 10.
But it's not going to make.
I like Howard, but it's not going to make top 10.
I know,
but you're throwing out Indiana Jones and
Howard
Star Wars. I mean,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like they haven't even been brought up yet, and they're not even in the up there. So
I agree with you, Matt. I do like Mad Max, I'm not sure, like, because I don't think we get. When did we get Beyond Thunderdome? Is that an 80s movie?
Let's see.
Because the early
That is
Mad Max movies.
1985.
Ooh, okay. So those movies are the Mad Max movies I like. The earlier
remember-
ones, like the Road Warrior and stuff, is not my favorite.
Well, you don't get
Sure.
Mad Max in this category because that's 79.
So it's 79 because it actually started.
Mad Max
Yeah.
2 starts the 80s, and then you
Yeah.
get Thunderdome at 85.
But the best Star Wars movie came out in 1980.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Episode 5.
Empire. Best Star Wars movie.
yeah, not my favorite one, but yeah, I would have to agree it's
Hey,
the best.
hey, I just want to put it out there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but this thing says list 80s movies list. Episode 5, number 1.
So what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
I don't think you don't want to know. You really don't want to know.
Diz's favorite Star Wars movie is Phantom Menace.
It is the Phantom Menace. I grew up watching the original trilogy, and I really love them. But
That's not mine, Clan, but I guessed his.
and there's only 2 reasons people hate the Phantom Menace. They hate Jar Jar Binks and the Gungans.
Oh, I don't
And,
hate Phantom Menace. I just knew
and-
that was yours.
and
just
and
because of the way you said it.
in the pod racing. And then the throwaway line, Master Qui-Gon, what are metachlorians? You see, the Force is a parasite that lives within us.
Right? You're full of parasites, kid. More than anyone's ever seen.
You got space worms, kid.
Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
Oh,
Return
so-
of the Jedi
so-
is the Ewoks, right?
yep.
Yep. And,
Now,
and
I
it's
like-
funny because
When I
that's
was young, I really liked the
third time.
Ewoks. So I like
well,
that movie a lot.
it's funny though because Return of the Jedi is actually the alternate timeline because the Ewoks saw humans before the rebels showed up.
Mm.
But they messed up Wicket because he was talking in Caravan of Courage and Battle for Endor. And then when the rebels showed up on Endor, Wicket couldn't even talk common.
That's because those books are now
Yeah, they threw them in the garbage.
they didn't happen.
Yeah. E.T.
Well, yeah,
we
but
hadn't got
still,
to E.T. yet. Scarface,
True.
Ferris
ET
Bueller,
is the
Silence
top
of the Lambs,
grossing
Weird,
movie of
Weird
the 80s.
Science.
Yeah, Weird Science is in there.
Weird
I mean,
Science is such a
I
good
think we're
book.
gonna have to have a part 2, maybe
I mean,
a
I
part
think
3.
what
I
you
don't
should
know.
do is save this list along
Yep.
with the little ones you put down there. And then
Yep.
next 3 Men, we will pick this back up and see if we can't
I mean,
narrow the
we're
field
gonna-
more.
Beetlejuice. We're gonna rock like this whole, like, it probably won't even look the same at all. Like,
No.
Indiana Jones to me is probably in the top 5. Star Wars is definitely in the top 5.
Oh yeah.
I would say if we're putting Indiana Jones movies in the top 10, it would be Last Crusade. I
It's a
think
really
it's
good
the
one.
best Indiana Jones movie. But we can continue this in Discord, so feel free to post in our Discord in the 3 Old Men channel. Is
Yep.
and we
I
can
post
talk
the
about it
least in
more
Discord.
there. I just hit level 12.
Yeah.
But also, I'm going to throw out something here. I propose increasing the list to 20.
Okay, we can do that.
How about to 25? Because most charts things are like top 25.
I don't know. We'll talk about it in Discord.
Maybe if Diz joins.
If Diz posts it in the Three Old Men channel instead of the retro channel.
It'll be in the retro channel. I get confused. I'm old.
He doesn't even read Discord, chat. Won't read a quest text, doesn't read Discord.
Yeah, I mean, because we didn't even really discuss like Rambo or any of that shit.
No,
Like
we
there's
haven't
a
watched
whole
any of that.
there's a
That's what I'm
whole
saying.
massive like military action that we didn't even get to
Is
see if it makes
Platoon
it.
in the 80s?
Platoon was, yes, along with Full Metal
Platoon is in
Jacket.
the 80s. Yep.
Full Metal Jacket.
Both those
Yep.
in the 80s.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a lot still to go through. Like I said, maybe a third. We may even be
Mhm.
only a quarter of the way through the movies. So,
Like I said, this is crazy, and then early 90s is even
Yeah, we'll have to
nuts.
break that down into years, not
like this
the
said, we'll have
decade.
to do it by year. Because
or
the
maybe
best movie,
like in like quarters of the decade or something.
I already know what wins best movie in 1990.
Back to the Future 3.
No, it's not Back to the Future.
Terminator 2.
Really good movie. No, that's 91. I said 1990.
Shit. Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That was the second movie I ever saw in theaters. First one was Harry and the Hendersons, which is an 80s movie.
Yeah, that's on the list too.
It's not going to get mentioned though.
I mean, it might get mentioned, but it ain't going to make the top 20.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it in my top 20. Definitely. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll stop here. And
We also didn't mention any Rocky movies.
Yeah, Rocky.
The Rocky 4.
Yes, 4. The only one that matters is 4.
I'll definitely have a list. Next Thursday though,
must break you.
Won't have a Three Old Men. It should be after the roll because my D&D will be this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
May have a late start because I have a Christmas party, but we are going to start sometime in that range. And then we've got Super Retro Game Show on Monday, 10:30 Eastern. We're playing through Clandis's favorite Zelda game, Majora's Mask.
So I'm ready for this game to be.
I did some practicing with the bow, and I got 49 out of 50 on the shooting gallery. So I am going to get to that 50. So it's going to happen. Show up and see if I get that. And then we'll probably try to do a Three Old Men. It'll probably be the last Thursday of this year of 2022. So
that'd be the 29th.
Yep. Besides that, Buck's been doing some streaming. When and where can they find you?
So there won't be another one of my campaign for D&D until the first Saturday of January, because after Diz's this Saturday, we're done for the year because we got Christmas and New Year's. But Monday, I should be starting back into more WoW to try to get more of the storyline done with my druid on stream. Sorry I haven't been on this week, but there's been a lot of medical shit I've been dealing with. And that kind of has thrown my days off. And tomorrow I have things I've got to catch up on that I missed out for Wednesday and today because of medical. So I won't be able to stream tomorrow. So Monday at 1 Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern, I should be going live for some more WoW.
All right, so I think that's everything. Like I said, we're gonna have a part 2 of this, so show up on the next Three Old Men on the 29th, and chat started to get into this discussion. So hopefully I have some more people in here and can really help us debate these movies. 'Cause there's a lot of good ones. And so, with that, we gotta get out of here, and you ain't gotta go home, but you do have to.
Get off our lawn.
All right, see you guys later.